Isn't it time to reevaluate the relationship between HR and payroll? Now, the relationship is evolving and extremely prescient. It's very pertinent. Let's dive in. So recently, a senior HR director made a thought-provoking post on LinkedIn about this very issue. Clearly, it's on the mind of various people in the industry, senior stakeholders who have oversight of payroll. Now, the dawning of the age of new integrated HRIS and payroll platforms across Australia and New Zealand is not new. It's not a new phenomenon, but with the increased presence of global platforms such as Workday, Dayforce, to name a few, it has intimately connected the various technical verticals that flow across the employee life cycle. Now, as I always say, like there's no such thing as payroll paradise. But Nirvana in this case would be that payroll can achieve parity with the critical functions of HR and not merely be viewed as a transactional push button exercise or siphoned off to finance as it's technical and numerical and not people driven, or just when it gets all too hard. And that's not to say that there's not a vast array of senior HR leaders who intrinsically value payroll. But surely the boomerang reporting line that payroll faces between HR and finance is obsolete. It's no longer the internal department hot potato. It can't be with the challenges in terms of governance and compliance the payroll industry is facing. It's imperative to move away from this adversarial us and them culture. What I admired most about this senior HR director was that she was prepared to walk a mile in a payroll person's shoes, which doesn't happen often enough. I also have another senior HR director who has learned to run a payroll recently and not an auto pay because that doesn't give you the deep insight into the life of a payroll professional. As of July 2024, the companies who have avoided compliance issues, remediations projects, enforceable undertakings is the diminishing list of Fair Work's most wanted. Now, that was a little facetious. It's not a call out. Australian payroll rules are not complex, they're overcomplicated. Imagine being in a payroll function that has over 100 enterprise agreements with multiple variations. The vast majority of companies want to do the right thing, but have assumed that what they're doing is right, despite changes to regulatory and legislative frameworks that are constant and can feel overwhelming. The end of life of one of Australia's most widely used payroll systems, Preceda, in early 2026, coincides with payday super shortly after. It's like the two harbingers of the apocalypse. But we can bury our heads in the sand. It is concerning that payroll are disenfranchised when decisions about HR and payroll systems are made. An example of this is a recent client, global organization that we're looking at two different products, and I was able to connect them with the systems community of that product. Another couple of heads of payroll I'd worked with and had challenges with that system. And it's not to say that one system is better than the other. Is it aligned and does it fit with the needs of your business? And these conversations were able to open up the ability of that head of payroll to ask cogent and probing questions about the system to sort of parse through and expose potential risks and gaps and misalignment in terms of their business. And they were able to make the right decision. Now, the delivery of a best-in-class payroll function is driven by the employee experience. The purpose of automation as a head of payroll transformation, I greatly respect, tells me, and I always listen, is to de-risk the payroll process because payroll has risk at every level. And it's also critically important to interrogate the source of truth through manual calculations. Any decision about systems that are often oversold as the silver bullet, as a cure-all for issues of accuracy and efficiency, offering, insightful, edifying analytics needs to be scrutinized. No one mentioned long service leave. It's essential in conclusion that we focus on cohesion, to focus on what connects us rather than what divides us, to focus on the humanity of paying people correctly.